Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. Man, it is a gorgeous Sunday afternoon we got here in Florida. This is like California weather without the California crap, like all their crazy laws and everything like that. But hey, wanted to get to it. This is going to be the part 5. Why you're broke, how to get rich. Okay? I'm going to go through. Oh, here's Tyson, everybody. He's doing a cameo appearance. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Tyson. Come on. Hey, there's Tyson, everybody. Look at there, look at there. Oh, gotta look for the camera. Yep, I love my dad. I love my dad. Yep. So, we're going to go over everything. We're going to wrap it up in there. And I hope that you're going to be able to take some things away that's going to aid you on becoming financially independent and enjoying that financial freedom as well. You know, the only thing that I want to happen for you is that when you wake up in the morning, you got more options than if you had not watched the video and asking yourself, because what we do today is going to dictate what choices we have tomorrow. So watch the whole thing. You got nothing to lose, okay? Here's the thing. You might skip a minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever it is, and it might be the thing that totally unlocks it for you. That's the huge problem that a lot of is that they're not willing to take the time to even educate themselves on how to do things differently so that they can enjoy more. I know it's incredible. You got to work for it, especially in this day and time when the government handing out them stymies left and right and everything like that. So, but take a look at it. Appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day. Be productive. Be profitable. Hey everybody, hope all is well. This is part 5 and everything. Just wanted to show you a quick, the dump trailer hustle, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Some really good looking shirts right there. They're on the store. So let's go ahead and get into this and everything. Let me tell you, there's nothing fun, there's nothing sexy, there's nothing orgasmic, there's nothing doesn't taste good about creating financial independence, okay? And the reason that I say that is that most people are like, huh? Emotionally, okay? You've got to come to grips that it's going to be emotionally uncomfortable to try to gain financial independence. And what I mean by that is that it's not fun, it's not hot, it's not sexy. It doesn't, when you pop the clutch, it's not going to do wheelies and stuff like that. It just won't, okay? It's a slow process. You got to be patient. You got to do a lot of things for this thing to work and for you to accomplish it on any type of scale that's actually going to make a difference in your life, okay? And that's where most people come up short is that they don't want to do the footwork. They don't want to tell themselves no. No, I'm not going to go spend this $100 Friday night. No, I'm not going to go spend, $70 at the bar Saturday or Wednesday or whatever. No, I'm not going to keep going to happy hour and blowing $25 5 days a week or whatever. They don't want to tell themselves no. No, I'm not going to get that new car because, by God, I deserve it. I'm a good person, okay? And I'm not denying that you are, all right? And I think you should have that nice car. Whether or not you take something away, that totally is up to you, okay? The greatest practice of self-love that we can give ourselves is discipline. Day in, day out, remaining consistent actions, okay? Some days you're going to have a lot of motivation, and some days you're not, okay? The discipline is no matter where your motivation is at, you keep doing it, okay? And again, the big thing is having to do with emotions. And I can't stress this enough, that you've got to understand that it's not going to be fun for the most part, at least starting out, okay? So, emotions, it's not fun, it's not going to be pretty, okay? You're going to have to figure out that, hey, when I start to put some money away, I'm going to have to stop doing some things. One of them is you're going to have to stop blowing money on whatever comes by your way. Oh, new fishing rod. Oh, new purse. Oh, sewing machine. Oh, new truck. Oh, I need gutters for the house. Whatever it is, okay? You're going to have to cut that out, all right? you're going to have to take the time to figure out exactly what it is that you want to accomplish, okay? And so the first thing that you're going to have to do, like I said, is get your emotions in check, okay? If you look at a lot of people that are extremely wealthy, they all seem to have a common denominator is they're very robotic or machine-like in a lot of their actions, okay? Money is logical. Money is not emotional, all right? Thing about it is I see so many people do emotional decisions based on money because that's what makes them happy, okay? You got to remember, us as humans, we're only doing one or two things. We're either trying to avoid pain or we're seeking pleasure in everything that we do. That's really what it comes down to, okay? And like me doing these videos, okay? I am seeking pleasure because there's nothing more satisfying to me when I get that email from somebody that says, hey, I just got my first load that I got paid for with a dump trailer, or because of you, I'm starting to put some money away and I'm starting to educate myself on how to do rental properties, or, you know, I've got my credit in line, man, I'm starting to come up and, you know, I went from, you know, the sixes, I'm into the sevens now, or whatever the case may be. That's what, you know, I love seeing that stuff, you know, and especially when somebody says, hey, man, you know, I decided to accept because of something you said. Boom, there you have it. That's the very best that I can ever get, okay? So, first off, get these emotions under control, okay? Not everything's going to be a home run. You will do some things that you make 100% in a short amount of time. Some things you're going to do, it's going to be 5% yearly over 20 years. You got to get used to it, okay? Not everything is going to be a home run. Second thing is, educate yourself, okay? By far, the quickest way to lose money is to do something you don't understand, okay? I've been playing for a very long time. There's a few games that I play, and the rest of them I don't understand. I don't know the mechanics. I think if I put the time into it, I could become very proficient with it, okay? And I actually did it for semi-professionally for a living. It was a heavy substitute for my yearly money that was coming in that I had to have to live on, okay? And so the thing is that there's some games like snowball. I don't understand that. There's no reason for me to sit down and try to play that and expect to be a winning player, okay? I already know, because of past experience of learning the games that I am proficient in, is that you're going to have a huge curve where I have to go ahead and prepare myself that I'm going to fail, okay? Failure is a part of success, all right? I have never met anybody that opened up the car door, got out, and went straight to the top, okay? Everybody I have talked to has at least encountered mud puddles, rain, sleet, snow, whatever it is, but some type of failure on that road to success, okay? So get used to it, all right? That's part of the emotion, all right? I can't tell you how many people say, oh man, I can't do that, or, you know, I'm kind of scared of that, or, you know, this or that and everything, and it's like, man, come on, you know, let me get these failures out of the way, because the more times I do that, the closer I'm getting to a success, okay? You know, I think you look at, what was his name that did the light bulb, you know, figured out 999 ways the light bulb didn't work. Boom, it does, and it's still around today, okay? So the thing is that you've got to understand that you're going to fail. Failure is part of it, all right? So educate yourself. Figure out what it is that you want to do. I'll give you an example. The other day, and if you're watching this, man, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything like that. Hopefully you'll learn from it. How did I say, oh man, I got a customer, he wants to do a second trip charge, or they put too much in there. It said it's going to be, you know, I got to do a second trip. How much should I charge them? I got no idea what state you're in. I don't know your gas cost. I don't know the cost of your time. I don't know what you value your time. See, Angel called me, and we did a hour-long coaching session in Texas. That guy makes $38 an hour at his W-2 at the refinery, okay? So where I place and price my time at is not going to be the same as what he does his, because of how much closer his W-2 job is. And so he might need to have the dump trailer working at $75 or $100 an hour, as opposed to, I don't look at it like that, okay? And so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, I asked that guy, I said, where do you need to be at? What do you need to make? The guy never answered me, okay? So then I said, you know, do you need a coaching session? Never got a response. And he was looking at the messages. So finally I said, what did you do? He said, I called somebody else and I decided on $120. All right? The problem that I have with that is that person did not think for themselves. They did not educate themselves. They did not know what it is that they had to be at as far as a price point, okay? And if you're always going to do business by what somebody else tells you, they have nothing to lose when you go bankrupt. Let me say that again. If you always do business by what somebody else says, they will never lose any sleep when you go bankrupt. The thing about it is you have got to educate yourself. You have got to learn to think on your own, okay? I'm a huge proponent of coaching, having mentors, reading books, doing all of that stuff, okay? But the thing is that eventually at some point you're going to be faced with, you've got to make a decision, okay? And you don't have any outside influence to help you on it, right? You're going to have to get to that point, because that's going to be the skills that you have to evolve with to be able to scale your business and go bigger, okay? Because what do we want? We want more choices. More financial independence means we get more choices, right? So you're going to have to educate yourself, right? I give you an example, you know, roulette, okay? Roulette pays 35 to 1 if you hit on a single number, okay? Sometimes, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there's I want to say 2 or 3 different wheels, but some of them have a 0 and a double 0. And so the odds of you actually doing it is going to be, I think it's 1 in 37, okay? So the house is always making money, all right? No matter how much you educate yourself, the math is that you will be a lifetime losing player doing roulette, okay? Now, here's the thing, and I've met a lot of gamblers in my day. I've never met a professional roulette player, all right? What I have met is people that were sharp enough to be able to take advantage of some situations that existed. And what I mean by that is that some roulette wheels don't always roll the same and they're not level. And so there's systems as far as like you got one side of the pie and then directly on the other side of the wheel, and these people know these numbers on which slice of the pie they're on, so they bet them and everything. Here's the thing though, is that if that wheel is absolutely perfect in all respects, you will be a losing lifetime player. How do I know that? Because I educated myself on the game before I ever placed a bet. That's not something that I want to go after, okay? You can help yourself by educating, okay? And you have to be a student for the rest of your life if you're going to embark on this journey. So, we got the education down. In this day and time, it's a rare thing. People really don't want to think. People want everybody else to make decisions for them, and then they just want to sit here while it rains money in their lap and everything, and then guess what? They have no accountability, and they have no risk in the situation. Why is that? Because they did not do any thinking in the situation, okay? You got to learn how to think, folks. One day you're going to be out there, you're going to have a tenant that gives you problems at a house, and you're going to have to ask yourself, do I need to go ahead and cut my losses and get rid of them? Or do I need to see if the behavior is going to change and we can make a good out of this negative? One day you're going to be stuck with the dump trailer, it's going to be sinking, or you're going to have a flat tire, or all of a sudden you go to hit the button and it won't raise up, makes no noise or anything like that, and then you're asking yourself, what is it that's possible? Is it the controller that's bad? Is the battery dead? Do I have a bad solenoid that won't engage? Is there any clicking? Hello? You're going to have to end up thinking, okay? You're gonna have to do some stuff to make that happen, all right? Goals. You got your emotions in check. You already know it's not going to be happy, sad, glad, or whatever. So now you've educated yourself. You figured out what side hustle it is that you want to do, okay? And you can do anything. You can clean houses, you can be concierge service, you can shop for people, you can do babysitting, you can do pressure washing, you can go buy a dump trailer, you can go buy a lawnmower, start doing, grass. You can invest in the stock market. That's a side hustle, okay? All of these things have the ability to put money into your pocket, okay? Now, we need to figure out goals, all right? The goal is, how much money do you need to make? Well, I want $500 extra a week coming in, okay? Well, then you got to figure out a business that's going to net $500 a week and putting that into your pocket, okay? Some of y'all, if you're like me, I'm a little bit late in life, I'm 50, and so my investing style is a little bit different than, say, somebody in their early 20s, okay? In the sense that, we're going to wrap this up with one more topic, but you're going to have to set some goals, okay? And usually the first goal to set is going to be $1,000. 9 times out of 10, that's what everybody does. Second goal be $5,000. Third goal is $10,000. Then you need to go for $100,000. Okay. 1 to 5 is going to be fairly easy to hit. 5 to 10, that's difficult. I remember the day that I hit that and I had $10,000 in the business account and everything, and man, I was in tall cotton, and it was a long time before it was there again, okay? Because you got an ebb and flow of, you got money going up, and then, at that time I had 7 employees, and then boom, payroll hits. Oh, damn! Yeah, it's costly. Workman's comp in my state's 20%, so every $100 I pay an employee, I got to give them $20 for insurance. So, again, it's an ebb and flow. Money come in, money go out. Money come in, money go out. And it just keeps on going like that. So, you set your goals, keep your eye on the prize. That's why I tell you every day, ask yourself, who's got my money? Okay? The other thing, productive, be profitable. You will see a tremendous amount of people in your lifetime that are busy. They are busy all the time. They are busy doing so much stuff and everything like that, but they are broke. They are broke as a joke because although they are productive, they're not profitable. They're doing a lot of work that puts no money in their pocket. Why? Because they never ask themselves, who got my money? So, now, this is probably the most, I don't know if it's the most important thing. But once you get to a certain point, you're going to start having some money accumulating. That's what we call a bankroll, okay? You start taking money out of that bankroll and you put it into something that is a lot more safe than what you're doing, okay? Might be stocks, might be a mutual fund, you might be saving up for a rental property, some type of IRA or something of that nature. But putting it into something that's going to put money into your pocket again. The reason for this is, if something ever happens to your side hustle, you don't want to lose your bankroll, okay? Now, you ever heard of somebody hitting millions of dollars on a slot machine in Vegas? Well, of course you have. It happens all the time. Virtually every casino's got a $1 million slot machine in there, okay? How many of those people do you think that actually hit that million, get up, walk out, and still have some of that money left over, all right? Probably the best that you could hope for is they bought a new car, and they got a bigger house, or they paid their house off, and then the rest of it just got pissed away, okay? There's a reason for it is because they kept putting their money at risk, all right? You can hedge your bet. Okay, and what that means is you can do through education, okay, and not being emotional. See, I talked about in a video before about doing private mortgages on houses. There's nothing glamorous about that. There's nothing sexy about it. and it doesn't look hot, and none of you all want to sit around talking to your friends, oh yeah, I do private mortgages for people. Huh? You know? How does that sound compared to, man, I got Bitcoin. Bitcoin, good Lord, what kind of, you know, and everything. Or, hey man, you know, I bought 20 mobile homes and I turned them and everything. I made 10 grand a piece off them and everything like that. Well, that sounds a lot more cool to tell people, okay? Again, we're looking good in front of others, so the emotional payoff is there, all right? However, if we continue that behavior, it's like staying at the roulette wheel. Eventually, we're going to lose, okay? And we're going to lose it all right? I can't tell you how many people I know that make millions of dollars every year, and they are one paycheck away from losing everything. And folks, it happens so often, okay? And it's uncanny how many people I know, and it's a lot less, okay, that don't make very much money at all, but have a huge nest egg that they've just been making slow and subtle moves, but they've been making over 30 and 40 years, okay? They've been contributing to an IRA, they put money into 401k, they bought them a rental property every 5 years, kept letting it run. Y'all go to and watch Gerald Peters, okay? Just look him up. He's on Instagram, Full Auto 11, okay? Guy made $12.50. He was in the Army, got out of the Army. He went to work at a juvenile prison, never made more than $12.50. He's like you and I, average Joe Blow. He's intelligent with stock. He's an intelligent person, but he knows a lot more about stocks, okay? I don't know virtually anything about stocks. I invest in one, that's Southern Company. It's electrical power plants. They've been paying a dividend since 1952. It's right in between 6 and 8%. And I like that money coming back, okay? Now, Joe knows all about trading, going up and down with it and everything like that. He's got these formulas, and if you study his plan and everything, Joe's also got 15 rental properties, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they're all paid for. And Gerald, I believe, said his net worth is over between 5 and 6 million, okay? This is an average guy, just like you and I, okay? A couple things is one, he figured out the wealth code, all right? Number two, he took action. Number three, he was consistent with his action that he kept on taking. He also lived frugally for a while. He kept his expenses down, and he kept reinvesting, okay? He talks a lot about compounding the money, okay? Same thing as compounding interest. Let it ride, let it roll over, all right? The thing about it is, folks, is again, this is not glamorous, okay? And it's not fun. But I will tell you what is fun is every beginning of the month when them rent, and I look at my bank account and see all the rent getting deposited and everything, that's fun, okay? When I sit there and ask myself, do I want to buy a new Harley? That's fun. When I sit there and ask myself, do I want to buy a new diesel truck? That's fun, okay? These are all options that I have. I haven't done them yet, okay? I told myself with the diesel truck, in the last month, I bought 3 houses. One of them needs repairs and needs to, so that I can get it up and going, okay? The other 2 have renters in them and everything, so they're already producing cash flow. But once that third one gets up, then I told myself, if you're serious about getting it, she knows me better than anybody, she's going to say, she'd tell every one of y'all and say, you know what? He's lying to y'all. He is not going to go and buy another truck until his breaks down, until his leaves him painful in the middle of the street. He probably is not going to do it. And see, that's the part about the emotions in the sense of we're either seeking pleasure or we're trying to avoid pain, all right? I go buy another truck, I'm trying to avoid a perception of pain that might occur, all right? As long as mine still goes when I put it in drive, then guess what? That motivation to get rid of it is not there, okay? I'm here to tell you, folks, and you never see this being addressed in self-help books on how to get rich, it's the emotions. It's huge, okay? Once you are able to harness this and figure out and be able to identify and say, you know what? This doesn't feel real good, but on the other side, it's going to do good. I'm going to go ahead and do it because 99 out of 100 people are not going to be that honest with themselves, and they're going to be like, well, this doesn't feel good, so I'm not going to do it. Okay? They ain't a whole lot of fun to start with about getting rich. Okay? However, when you start accumulating some things and you start seeing that bank account go up, and then once you make that jump from 5 to 10,000, and then you start climbing from there, and it starts to snowball and it gets quicker. Okay? Trust me on it. Then it starts to become fun. I mean, just do me a favor. Close your eyes and ask yourself, where do I want to go on vacation? And don't be telling me that you want to go to New Orleans or Dallas or Atlanta or something like that. I mean, get crazy, you know. I want to go to Mykonos, Greek for 2 weeks. That'll cost you $14,000. You know how I know that? Because I've looked it up, because that's on my bucket list. I want to go to the Maldives. I want to go to the Maldives for 2 weeks. I want one of them huts that got the glass floor that the fish swim under and everything like that. You can get that for about $11,000. All right. No, I'm sorry. It's $11,000 a week, so it'd be about $22,000. But you can get that. Okay. How do I know? Because I've looked at that. Because that's an option. Okay. I'm no better, no worse than any of you all. I just have more options because I've chose to do and make some decisions today, so I have choices tomorrow. All right. So every time that you're out buying those new tennis shoes, those new clothes, you don't need any new clothes, you're getting a new car and trading in a car that goes from point A to point B just as comfortably as possible. Every time you're doing those things, just tell yourself, those are things that I don't want for options later on in the future. You know, hey, it's okay. You don't have to send your kid to Yale. You know, the junior down the road will be just fine. When they go to that prestigious law firm and they say, where'd you graduate from? We've never heard of that school. Oh, excuse me. Here's this guy from Princeton. Oh, yeah. I kept on choosing to buy, a new shotgun every year to go deer hunting, and the one that was 30 years old still shot fine and everything, but I had to have the newest, latest, and greatest, and therefore my kids are going to suffer. That's a conscious decision that you're making. So every time that you decide that, hey, I'm going to go spend $7 at Starbucks instead of brewing my 25-cent cup of coffee at the house and everything, spend $7, just remember, hey, this is a conscious decision I'm making. I don't want to be wealthy. I don't like having options. I don't like nice things, because that's what your behavior is equating to. And if you think I'm crazy, okay, I don't know of anybody that I want to trade places with that didn't tell me that, they've ate a lot of top ramen, or they slept in the office for a few years, or, they drove this piece of crap pickup truck for a long everything. I had this girl that contacted me from Central Florida, said, hey, even though I'm a woman and everything, what do you think about me starting a junk removal business? I was like, get it, girl. I said, the only thing I can say is you might be at a hindrance because of your physical limitation of being a woman, but if that's the case, go down there to day labor, hire somebody to come work for you for a couple hours and whatnot so you get a strong back and whatnot. And she was like, rock on, give me some more ideas and everything like that. That's what I'm talking about. You got to think, okay? There's more than one way to skin a cat, all right? And you're going to find out by trying a number of different things where I know people that have bought rental properties and said, I don't want to do this any longer, and they ended up selling them. Bravo! You tried. You put forth an effort, okay? You figured out, hey, this is not for me. I've met people that bought rental properties. They like them. They don't like dealing with residents. What do? They get a property management company. They educated themselves so the numbers are still good enough that they can pay somebody else to take care of them. Guess what? They get a check every month. They get Christmas 12 times a year. Boom! What do you think about me now? Okay? These are all things that if you will practice and put some consistency and discipline into your life right now, that exponentially they're going to pay off huge. But I'm here to tell you the first year or two is going to totally suck, okay? I ain't going to lie to you about it. It does, all right? There ain't nothing fun about it, all right? When you're sitting there choking down that ramen noodles, okay, because that's the best meal that you can get for 35 cents at the moment, all right, you got to ask yourself, is it really worth it? To me, it is, okay? I love the options that I have today. I dropped some money on some tile for my shower of the second bathroom that we're putting in at my house. that is going to increase the value of my property tremendously. Okay, so again, I appreciate y'all watching. Hit that like button for me. Tell your friends about us and everything like that. The Hustle Nation, subscribe, and be productive, be profitable. And do me a favor, get your emotions in check. Just remember, this ain't going to be fun to start with, okay? But it does get enjoyable later. Educate yourself. Watch videos, read books, do all kinds of things. Talk to other people. Learn how to think on your own. Be very careful who you take advice from. Everybody that has a suggestion will not be affected financially when you lose everything. Trust me on that. You will seek advice from people, and it never ceases to fail. And I'll give you a prime example. Somebody takes a vehicle to a shop and says, fix this. They come back and fix it. The same problem exists. And then what do? They go right back to the same shop. Not me. You already proved you're incompetent. Why do I want to try a second time? Start setting some goals. You're going to have some things happen because you're taking action, because you educated yourself, you figured out a side hustle, whatever that is. Start making some goals. Put that stuff happening. Next thing, once you hit one of those goals, taking some money out of your bankroll, put it into a safe, secure investment that's going to have a smaller payoff, but you want to hold that for a long term, okay? You can be a lot more aggressive if you're doing this in your early 20s. Me, real estate is going to get me quicker to where I want to be at in the next 5 years than else. If they had stocks and mutual funds that were consistently paying 20 to 100% a year, that's where my money would be at, okay? I just haven't found anything like that. Can they make those kind of returns? Yes. Do they do that consistently? No, okay? People always need clothing and shelter. Don't ever forget that, all right? So, there you have it. Keep your emotions in check. Educate. Learn how to think. Just put it all together, You're gonna fail. Okay, you're going to lose some money. You're going to have some bad stuff happen. But you've got to put forth the effort and shoot the shot. If you never get up to the line, you'll never know. It's Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. Be productive, be profitable, and be blessed. A couple other things. What do you think about that sticker? Pretty cool right there. I like that one. And then, here's my favorite. Who's got your money? That's right.